Good morning and welcome back to T2SMC Trader. How are you all? I hope everyone is cool. Before going furthermore, please let me know as usual. Can you hear me? Everything is good? Let me know that beforehand, okay? And also, please let me know who else is over here. Uh, Thank you, RS, for being over here at the first commenter as well. I really appreciate it, brother. Thanks for being over here. And thanks for the penguin, by the way, brother. Hey, Edith. Good morning, brother. How are you all? I mean, how are you? Can you hear me, guys? Everything is clean. I came a bit early today because I have to cover like some other things as well, so that's why I came a bit early. Why penguin? That's my favorite species in this whole world, I guess. So I love penguin, by the way. Thank you, RS, for confirming loud and clear. Good morning, Suzivan. I'll come back around 9 a.m. Thank you so much, brother. You can, man. Good morning, Danchiu. Livingston. Good morning. Good morning, brother. By the way, Danchiu, today is gonna be your day. Okay, be very careful. Try not to blow the account. It's just for you, brother. Please don't blow the account today. Today is the best day for you to blow the account. So if you have some account, make sure that you're not blowing them today. Today is the lowest probable day to trade. I mean, I will just go over that, but within a moment. Please make sure you didn't blow the account. Please, brother. Please. It's a request. Please. One day let it go. Hey Porus. Good morning, brother. Thank you for being over here. I would love to wait a bit more for other people to join. I think 4 more minutes, around 8:45, we'll start to talk about the price action or everything else, whatever we have done so far. We'll talk about everything else over there. In the meantime, let me know how was your trading like yesterday. How did you do yesterday? Were you green or were you break even or maybe red? What happened yesterday? Okay, and also please let me know what is your thinking about the bias today. So what the market is going for today, okay? Please let me know that as well. Trading in the zone. Good morning, brother. Thanks for being over here, man. And don't forget to push the like button, guys. It's very important. Please don't forget to push the like button. Let me know the result from yesterday's price action, and also if any of you trade the Asia session or the London session or anything. I didn't take any trade, as you can see over here. This account summary is 0. This account over here, I just want to make sure that I'm transparent. Okay, so no trade in this lucid accounts over here. I also didn't take any trade to this deep chart, I mean sorry, this blue guardian futures account over here. I think it's good. Just a second. Load it, man. Okay, here you can see here on my right hand side. Okay, it's 0, no trade over here to this test account. By the way, I'm around 200 $2,022. Okay, so if I can make 800 more dollar, it's gonna be a funded account. Now I'm very confused what I'm going to do over here. Please don't be a funded account. This is the 56 account, the other one to keep my things alive. Here it's 0, you can see, and the profit is 1600 something, so I need extra 1400 something like that to make it funded as well. So I just didn't do anything over here. I tried to do something. I predicted the run around the Asia session. Okay, so here first I predicted the sell from this fair value gap from that area. Unfortunately, it didn't give me the opportunity. I hope I can show it to you. But here, see this gap over here. I was expected that this market will tap here, which happened actually in NQ, but MNQ it didn't give me the entry. So I was trying to take the sell over here. Unfortunately, it didn't give me that, and later actually it came back, but I was not brave enough to go for the trade after this reaction. Okay, after this reversal over there from this last parabolic gap aligned with the volume imbalance. So I was not just brave enough to take the sell. So that was my plan to take the sell over here. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. But I believe that even if I would get that sell, I would get stopped out over here. So thanks to Allah that I didn't take this trade. And after that, I was thinking to buy from here, from this inverse gap. You know the rules, right? Six, 6 to 7 low, and the high. I think here is the high. I guess here somewhere the high. So when the high is taken, I'm more interested to take the sell. When the low is taken, I'm more interested to take the buy. I didn't do none of them because here you can see when this candle appeared on the chart and built this inverse gap, it was just consolidating over here. So I was not able to take the buy. I needed the immediate reaction, but I just didn't get it. So I didn't take this buy as well. Otherwise, maybe it could work. It didn't work actually. Just a bit run, a lot of consolidation. None of them I took around the Asia session, and the London session I didn't do anything. Around the 7 a.m. I was watching the market. Around 8:30 I was expecting this run, but I was not brave enough to trade or chase the news candle because there is the liquidity. I'll show that in a moment. But I was interested to see it will fall, take this relatively equal lows, trade this gap, then around the 8:30 using the news market will take that liquidity. But to be honest, news candle trading is absolutely gambling. So I was not just going to go straight, just watching it, talking to my friend about this run. And I was just saying him that by using the 8:30, market is going to clear the buy side liquidity, which was my target, which I will cover within a moment. So I think most of the people have joined already. Hey Sharoda, how are you, brother? I was great for the past 3 trading days, including today. Okay, Edith, sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes it happens. Just make sure you're not over leveraging. As long as you're not over leveraged, you don't care about that. Sometimes, losing streak happens. 2, 3, 4 days losing trade is absolutely good. And then you will see there is green streak as well. Okay, so maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days you are continuously you are green. As long as you are not over leveraged, you're safe. No need to worry about that. Hey Tamimi, good morning, sir, for being over here. Thank you so much. Don't block anyone, including me. It's a request, brother. By the way, Tamimi is one of my best brother. So sometimes we do a lot of fun, but I really respect him. He's a good guy, and of course my moderator, and he's one of my good friend. Jamil, bom dia, muito como vai você? Como vai? I don't know how to say that I'm all okay, but I understand that how am I? You asked me that. Você see you. How am I? I'm really so good, but I just don't know how to reply that one. If you write it down, I'll be happy. How to reply that in Portuguese? But I'm good. Thank you for asking, Jamil. Khurshid, good morning, brother. Shachin, good morning, sir. How are you, sir? I think you are the youngest person over here. By the way, you are the youngest. I think so, if I'm not wrong. Hey, Jamie. Good morning, sir. How are you? Thank you for being over here. And it's already 8:45. I need to go to the price action right now. So I'm coming to the price action. I would love to go for the hindsight at first. Then I will add something which I missed yesterday's daily recap. So I will go for that as well. This is the dollar index. If you guys remember, I told that I am bearish for dollar for this sell side liquidity. But when the market will come to this 50% range, which is in between this low, which has cleared the liquidity, all of this sell side liquidity has been cleared here. All of this buy side liquidity clean highs has been cleared over here. So when this buy side liquidity has been cleared by this high and the sell side liquidity has been cleared by this low, I am just interested to see the dealing range quadrant levels. I knew that this is going to fall. I don't say that I knew that. I was expecting this market will keep falling. Still, I'm bearish and I'm thinking this sell side liquidity is going to be cleared according to our weekly analysis. But I just told when this market will come to this red line, I have no idea what is going to happen next. So if it can break this line, this middle line of this range, I believe this market will come at least to this area at first, then some kind of reaction, then it will keep falling for this sell side liquidity. Or if it doesn't want to go lower, this area, which is this 50% area of this whole range, will hold the market, send it higher again for this obvious liquidity. So this high has cleared some buy side liquidity, that is right, relatively equal highs has been cleared over here by a shallow run. So this buy side liquidity is going to be the target from the daily chart. Of course, if you go to your daily chart, you'll be able to see there is a beautiful obvious liquidity. they are going to be taken, that is something like it is at the middle of the range. So whenever the market is at the middle of the range after clearing both buy side and sell side, this is the area which is the lowest area. I don't know what is going to happen. If it fall, I know this is going for the sell side liquidity. If it go higher, I will expect this buy side liquidity is going to be taken. But when it is exactly to the 50%, that means there is 50-50 chance. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Both market, I mean, sorry, market has both buy side and sell side. So which one is going to be target? Which one is going to be targeted? I don't know that. Maybe someone knows that. I don't know that. If you have already watched my weekly analysis video, you know that what I mean to say over here. That all has been explained through that weekly analysis video on Sunday. That was something from the dollar index I needed to say. And yeah, so if you guys remember this sell side liquidity from here, this low, that low, they're the relatively equal lows. I was talking about that liquidity to be taken, trade this gap plus this volume imbalance. It can maximum fall until this volume balance if it would love to keep going higher, and then from this 50% range it will start to keep going higher. I don't know what is going to happen next. All I know, I have to wait for the market to give me the decision where really it would love to go. I want to go back to YM. And if I come to this YM, if you guys remember, I told that this market can fall. There is nothing wrong. Nobody should close below the constant encroachment of this gap. It can trade until here. Okay, there is no problem. Even if it would love to trade over here, there is no problem. But body has to close above the constant encroachment. You can see it gapped down, open there, closed over here Monday candle. So far it's really safe right now. Market is trading this bearish gap, so it can be a strong gap that can stop the market and send it lower. Of course it can do that. I'm not saying it's not possible, but of course it can do that. I don't want to see that. I want to see it will keep going higher. It will go for this buy sell liquidity over here. I would love to see that. Okay, so I want to see this gap is going to be broken and then market will keep going higher toward that buy sell. I just would love to see that. If I go to the ES, I told that here the body can't close inside this gap. It has opened here. Opening and closing is absolutely different. That is, there is huge difference in between opening and closing. It has opened inside this gap for ES, and then finally the candle has closed over here. It came around this area, which is relatively equal highs. You see this high, old high, and that high, relatively equal highs, and then all of this buy side liquidity is gonna be my highest point of interest. This resistance zone. I wanna see this momentum on this market. Market will go for this buy side liquidity. Don't wanna see this type of consolidation days again. Okay, so would love to see a clean market to go for this all-time high. I can be wrong again, but I would love to see it will go for that area. If I come to this NQ, and if you guys remember, I told that I wanna see this gap to unfilled, so it can fall a bit more. There is nothing wrong, but the only thing I don't wanna see is this gap is 100% filled. But in my opinion, this is the best candle that has respected this gap so beautifully. It just tap over here, open here, tap there, keep going higher. That was my weekly target. You see this high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs. On my weekly analysis, I told that this week my target is this buy side liquidity. The whole week I will look for this buy side liquidity. When the buy side liquidity will be taken, then I have to wait for some other confirmation that is going to tell me that okay, I will keep going higher for this all-time high over here, or maybe I will go and fall a bit more, some consolidation, then I will start to go higher. I don't know what is going to happen if this liquidity has been taken. That has been taken actually by Tuesday. So when the extreme liquidity is taken, I have to wait for the market to decide what is going to happen next. Okay, so in my opinion, this is really a indecisive moment for me to do whatever it wants to do. Right now, this is also trading this only bearish period. Yeah, it has cleared that liquidity by a shallow run. This is already the liquidity is gone over there. One high has been cleared over here by a shallow run. Another shallow run means the liquidity is gone. So it doesn't need to keep going higher if it would love to go uh, below here. Okay, below, come to this gap right now, or maybe to trade this a new week opening gap. It doesn't need to clear that high. Also, I have told you about the old highs yesterday's PM session live, if you guys remember that. So keep that in your mind as well. So this is also very important. Just keep that in your mind. Otherwise, I really would love to see this market to go toward that buy side liquidity, not by this week, because this week job is done around this area, in my opinion. First, I would love to come to this hourly chart, and I would love to talk, not hourly chart, mid chart, and I would love to talk about here around this area from yesterday's price action. which I actually missed yesterday while I was explaining this price action. I missed this information from 9:30 to 10:30. Okay, so let me go to the 1 minute chart. It's gonna be much more easier for me to explain that things. That's beautiful. Now, if you guys remember, while we were trading, we suddenly saw a candle over here, right? That candle here. And we are saying, what the hell, man? What it was not important. Okay, I was saying like that way. That manipulation was not important at all. But later I find out something, not perfectly, not exactly we have learned it, but I have found it was important over there. It was not useless. It was not something like random. It was absolutely according to the price action. Maybe it used the tweet from Trump. Maybe it has used the Trump tweets, but it was absolutely logical over there. Now, if you have watched ICT's recent videos where ICT talked about an expansion day, if you're interested to look for an expansion day, look for the first 1 hour range. Okay, if I look for the first 1 hour range, 9:30 to 10:30. So this is the low from 9:30 to 10:30. I'm going to mark this low over here, and here somewhere the 10:30. Okay, I don't know here. Here is the 10:30. This is the highest high in between 9:30 to 10:30. If I mark it the range as a 50% area around this area, you see this week over here, that week. Now again, as I told, it's not perfectly explained. That means this week should come here after 10:30, but it came just before 10:30, around 10:23. But however, the whole range is over here. Market tapped to the 50%. It failed. That guy here, it failed to touch this 50% range. That's why this week appeared on the chart, tapped to this 50%, and then market went higher. Now again, I'm saying that it's not the perfect example about ICT's first 1 hour range 50% rules in an expansion day. It's not a perfect example, but still that is something I think like we can count it as a important candle over here. So this manipulative candle actually appeared on the chart to trade the 50% range in between 9:30 to 10:30 highest high and highest lowest low. So in between this highest high and lowest low, 50% is here. This candle appeared, tapped to this line, then market went higher. I hope this information will help you a bit. I don't know. Again, it's not the perfect example. I'm just saying, as an hindsight, later I have noticed this happened over here by that week because I was really curious to know why this candle appeared on the chart. There was no reason for this candle to appear on the chart. Then I thought, okay, let's look for every corner. If I can find something that is useful or that can convince me to see this candle on this chart. Okay, again, please don't judge me. I'm just saying that I was curious to know why it appeared on the chart and I find it out. These things, okay? In an expansion day, first 1 hour range, 50% need to be traded before the expansion. I think this was the reason for this one, but it was just before 10:30. However, that was the thing I forgot to add yesterday because I didn't see that yesterday. After the close, then I have seen that things. However, I took the trade around this area to my Blue Guardian futures yesterday, where you saw that 900 profit, 1000, sorry, 900 profit and 600 profit. I have taken this sell actually here, lock it. I took the sell here from 15-second chart. There was a beautiful 22 YT model, so I took the buy from here to until this extreme buy side liquidity around that area, and then you see this run actually was like unbelievable run. I would love to go to the weekly chart now one more time, and from the weekly chart, it's an extremely bullish candle so far. I would love to see some sort of retracement because this candle, all of them are bullish. This candle didn't give me any retracement yet. By yesterday, it was appeared on the chart. So this candle close, this candle open. I want to see this candle to come back again inside this new week opening gap before keep going higher for this all-time high. That is my expectation. I'm not saying it should be the same expectation. I am just saying after clearing this alt, I mean the extreme liquidity, this new week opening gap is one of the best area where market can retrace before going higher. It will be clear within a moment when I'll go to my lower time frame. Coming back to daily chart, when I'm in my daily chart, if you guys remember, this was the Monday candle. So last week, while I was traveling, actually before the traveling, that was the last day where I actually did the live, and I told that if this candle can close above this high, this is going to be taken. not by this week, last week, not by this week, maybe by next week, I don't know. But this market will keep going higher for this buy side liquidity, which is the obvious liquidity. That means this high has been cleared over here with a shallow run. Where the market came from? A beautiful daily last parallel gap, weekly bullish parallel gap. I told that if that is broken, that weekly gap is broken, market is coming for the volume imbalance. Okay, so it didn't break it. Instead of it respected it, I was confused. I was expecting some kind of reaction. After getting that reaction, I needed the confirmation. I got the confirmation over here while this candle has closed above this high. I've already explained all of these things through my live, that why you should expect this type of things, all of these things, okay, and why you should not look for these things if it happens over here, why you should not look. Everything has been explained through that live. So if you didn't watch it, I think you should re-watch that live so that you can understand how we can decide by one candle close where the market is going for. This candle closed above here. This candle open, trade the TGIF line. I told you yesterday it's gonna be an expansion day. Sorry, beforehand. I believe nobody is going to argue with me. That was a beautiful expansion candle. Today's candle open and just took that extreme liquidity by a shallow run. I also told you, if you see old highs has been taken by a shallow run, what is going to happen next? That is also been explained yesterday's PM session live daily recap area. Keep that in your mind. So job is not done yet over here. But overall, I'm interested to see, can the market come back again to this area. So I'm gonna keep this area with the yellow things so that I can understand that this is the new week opening gap. Okay, this is the new week opening gap. I'm more interested to see, after clearing this buy side liquidity, market will come back again to this new week opening gap. I'm not saying this is going to happen by today. It can happen by today and tomorrow. It can happen by 3 days. It can happen by 4 days. I don't know, but I just don't want to see it will keep going higher for this all-time high. It will be holding this momentum without any sort of retracement. So I need the retracement after clearing this buy side liquidity toward, at least toward, this new week opening gap. And let me actually remove it from my 1 minute chart, and let me lock it so that later I don't move it at all. Over here, this is that old PDRA. So I am expecting this is gonna give me one more time, for the last time, the reaction from this old PDRA, sending it lower for this area. My bias for today is bearish. That means I would love to see this market is going to fall for this, volume imbalance, or you see the new week opening gap. That means closing of Friday candle, opening of Sunday candle. This new week opening gap is gonna be my target. However, if you look for the Tuesday, we know that Tuesday is the manipulation day. But today's Tuesday is not the manipulation day. Why? Because after expansion, I'm not expecting the manipulation. After expansion, I'm expecting the consolidation. So whenever you will see the expansion, something like that, expanded, you should not expect that the next candle is going to do this reversal. No, it's not going to happen like that way. Or the next candle is not going to do, like, how can I say that? Maybe another expansion. No, after the expansion, there will be consolidation, okay, something like that. After the consolidation, if it would love to go higher, then the manipulation will happen, then it will keep going higher, another expansion. If it would love to reverse after the consolidation, it will take the buy side liquidity, which is the manipulation, then the reversal will happen. The expansion, consolidation, manipulation, expansion, expansion, consolidation, manipulation, expansion, consolidation, manipulation by Wednesday. Then either it will go for this buy side liquidity, which is all-time high, or it will come back again, maybe for some sort of sell side liquidity if it leaves some liquidity over here, or maybe it will retest this unfilled gap one more time. I don't know, okay, because this gap has done its job already. It needed to be unfilled. As long as it's not going to be taken, so it's been taken. Now it can come back and fill this gap 100%. If it do that, I'll look for the breaker block, bullish breaker block for all-time high. If it can break, close this gap 100%. If it fail to close it 100%, instead of that, work with this volume imbalance or the new week opening gap. I don't have any opportunities to look for the breaker block. I'll just look for some easy PDRA to look for this all-time high or the buy side liquidity which has been created around that area, around the all-time high. Okay, so I'll just look for that area. For now, today, I'm just, in my mind, it's gonna be a highly manipulative day. Market is going to do a lot of seek and destroy mode, so it's not gonna be one-sided run. It will just take the buy side, it will take the sell side, it will take the buy side, it will take the sell side, it will keep doing this type of things. very tough for me to trade. Like yesterday, I was so much confident about the expansion until certain period of time. You remember there was some liquidity here. Until that area, I was extremely bullish. But today, I'm extremely indecisive. I don't know that what is going to happen. It's very tough decision for me to take an entry with overconfidence over here. I don't think so. It's going to happen. But still, we'll look for some specific things to happen on the market. For example, like regular trading hour opening gap, uh, 9:30 Judas swing, 9:30 to 10 Judas swing, all of these things. All I just don't want to see expansion. Another expansion? No, I don't want to see another expansion. I just need to see some sort of consolidation, something like that. We'll have to go for the hourly chart, and from the hourly chart, as you can see over here, this market has simply keep going higher yesterday, keep going higher yesterday. Never ever 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 it has been retraced to any sort of fair value gap. Not even a single fair value gap has been retested. Okay, so for example, not retested, tested. This gap, that gap, that gap, that gap, none of them has been tested. So after clearing this buy side liquidity, which was my weekly target, unfortunately that has been already cleared over here. Here, this target was yesterday's target, but it was extremely bullish, took this liquidity as well, and finally weekly target has been also been cleared before 9:30. All of these buy side liquidity, I don't need them anymore. I wanna leave them from my chart. And as this buy side liquidity is taken, I'm just more interested to see can it retrace. So what I will do, remember this low over here, that low has cleared this relatively equal lows with a shallow run. So this is a liquidity now, obvious liquidity. When this obvious liquidity is going to be important, when the market is going to take the buy side liquidity. After clearing the buy side liquidity, this obvious liquidity is important. So keep that liquidity in your mind. It's a very important liquidity. I will mark it later, but for now I want to show you this high has cleared this buy side liquidity. This low has cleared this sell side liquidity. So I'm going to mark this low and that high, and I'm going to go for the quadrant level. So let me actually mark the quadrant level. Same thing I've done in dollar index. Remember from the daily chart, I'm just going to do the same thing over here. You see, this is the equilibrium of this whole range, where the equilibrium is resided inside this new week opening gap. So I'm more interested to see, can this market come to this equilibrium which is aligned with this new week opening gap. Now, after coming here, remember, after coming here, is it keep going to fall and take this obvious liquidity, or after coming to this area, sorry, after coming to this area, it is going back again here to go for the all-time high? I have no idea, brother. I just don't know. All I know, I need a run from here to here. It doesn't mean that it is going to fall from there directly. It means that around 9:30, this market at first can go higher. It is most obvious according to my yesterday's explanation about the liquidity. Just don't forget about that explanation. It's a very important explanation. I believe that I'll be able to give you the real life example by today. Okay, because this is a really good place. Whatever I explained yesterday, this is really a perfect place to show you the example by today. Okay, so I wanna see it to go higher at first, 9:30 to 10 Judas swing. Then this market will start to fall for this area. So when it will start to go higher, I'll look on my left. Do I have any fair value gap around this area? Do I have any fair value gap that this market is going to use before falling? Now I can see here around this area, this is a big fair value gap. Above this big fair value gap, I have this buy side liquidity. I'm just not going to mark it. It's a very clean buy side liquidity, or I can just keep a line over there. I don't need it, but I'm just going to keep this line for later purpose. Okay, so for now I'm just gonna keep it over here. I'm just gonna say, can it go until this gap, which I'm going to mark, not a right gap over here. You just go to your continuous chart and just mark this gap from your continuous chart. So I'm gonna mark this gap from the hourly chart. I'm gonna keep this gap over here around this area, around the hourly gap here. Go to your continuous chart, NQ1 chart, and mark this gap in a precise way. I would love to see, can this market go to this hourly gap at first before falling? Can it do that? If it do that, that is the best case of scenario. So around 9:30, I'm more interested to see it will be bullish. Every single person will think that gap up, right? Yesterday closed. Why did it close yesterday? So here somewhere, it has closed here somewhere. Okay, I just don't exactly, I don't know. I think here somewhere. So market is going to gap up, started to go higher, take the buy, 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 boom, market fall. Where? To this range 50%. Of course, I will I mean, what to say, I mean, just adjusted the range again. But for now, this is the 50%. Or it will simply come here to this area or to the 50% area, and then maybe it will go higher again to the hourly bearish gap. So I have to take the decision after seeing the first half an hour. So 9:30 to 10, I need to see what the market would love to do in between 9:30 to 10. If I see it is bullish in between 9:30 to 10, rest of the day I will be bearish. If I see it is bearish around 9:30 to 10 and maybe come here somewhere, I'll start to look for buy while it will come over here around that area. I'll start to look for buy. So first half an hour I have to let the market decide where it wants to go. Just remember, I have no buy side liquidity. It's been taken already. So if I look for the buy side liquidity right now from here, it's gambling. If it fall, come here, I will have this buy side liquidity around that area from my lower time frame, from the hourly chart. If you see this high over here, that high, and that high, another relatively equal highs from the hourly chart. So from the hourly chart, I will have some buy side liquidity around that area from the hourly chart. If it started to fall from there, I don't think so it's going to happen. I want to see this market will go higher at first, then it will fall. Again, it's my opinion, just my opinion. I hope it will make some sense to you guys. If it really makes some sense, let me know. If it doesn't, also let me know that. From 15-minute chart, over here, when I'm going to target this area, remember the top of this new week opening gap, I'm just not going to hold the trade for this area. This sell side liquidity from 15-minute chart, below this sell side liquidity, this gap is going to be my target. So if I'm trading around this area and around 9:30, I've seen that this market went higher, maybe trade here, I don't know how far it will go, but whenever it will take this high one more time or two times, it will be taken, then I'll start to look for this sell side liquidity, more importantly to this gap. When it will come here, I'm done for the day. So my whole range will be in between this to this kind of 200 handle. In between this 200 handle, whatever I will be able to get, I'll take it and I'll be happy with that. If maybe it will be 50 handle, 60 handle, 20 handle, 30 handle, I don't know, but whatever I'll find over here, that is going to be my happiness. I'm just not interested to do anything else, whatever I have explained over here. I need to see this market to go higher at first, then fall. What I am going to consider, if it failed to come here to this hourly gap, because from the 15-minute chart, I have some gaps over there. It's very tough to show you because it's very messy over here, but we have some gap over there. Let me show you that. I mean, it's really too messy, but there is some gap. If you go to your continuous chart, you'll see there is some gap. So it also doesn't need to go until this hourly gap. It can simply trade the 15-minute gap and then it can start to fall. Let me show that to you from the continuous chart. That will be helpful for all of us, I guess. Just let me go over there. Where was that gap? I saw gap here. I think it was what was that gap? It was a very small gap, but there is a gap. Okay, I saw that gap. I think this was the gap I saw, but it was very small. Or I saw this gap as well, like because this gap is also not been used or closed by 100%. You can just mark from here. There is a very small gap. I don't like to mark this type of gap, but here I'm bound to mark some type of gap. But here also a gap from 50 meter that's been used. The highest up close body close candle can be worked as a wardrobe block with this small gap over here. That was unfilled over here. It can be traded this gap and then it started to fall again. Just there somewhere. Okay, I just don't need the precise action until this last fair value gap or until this gap from the hourly chart. Until here, I just don't need it. All I need some run toward the buy side liquidity, and then it will start to fall, because those people who are going to think that I'm gonna catch the top, they should get stopped out at first. Okay, and then market will fall. It's not going to fall before clearing this high one more time. I'm not thinking like that way. Ah, so for me, this sell side liquidity is gonna be my target for today. I'm not bullish, but first I would love to let the market to go higher. Take this high one more time, trade some gap from 15-minute chart or maybe maximum to this hourly gap, and then it will fall for this sell side liquidity, which is over here, this low and that low, relatively equal lows. If around 9:30 market open started to fall, take this liquidity, I will have nothing to do for the rest of the day. Maybe, which is a low probability, if I see some sort of buying opportunity from this gap or this obvious liquidity, maybe I'll look for that. Okay, this is the obvious liquidity, which is with the lower time frame. That means from the hourly chart, there is a beautiful buy side liquidity over here. I don't want to see it, to be clear. I'm very it's a bold estimate. It's not if and only. It will work like this way. I'm in a trade. If it doesn't work like that way, in any other way, this market will work. That's a low probability to me, depending on the market situation of the price situation. Maybe I will try, but that's a 50-50 chance, not like guaranteed entries or something like that. 50-50. Okay, it will work, it will not work. I don't know what is going to happen, but if it works, I'll be so much confident to take the sell if it works like that way. That was all before the market open. I thought that I won't be able to cover everything I need to explain. That's why I started a bit early, but I can see still I have 16 minutes left, so I could start a bit later. Sorry guys, I didn't know that. Time to read your comment. If you have any question, please let me know that. You can answer. Estube, obrigado. Estube, obrigado. Obrigado, Jamil. Estube, obrigado, man. Kishore, good morning, sir. How are you, Dada? Sachin, stream lagging. Stream lagging? Hey guys, stream is lagging. It should not lagged. Speed is 9,000 something, because if it is 4,000 it should not lagged, but it's like 13,000, 9,000, it should not lagged. Please let me know if the stream is lagging or not, guys, because if it is my problem, then of course I have to work on that. It is just Sachin's problem. I think he can just do, I mean, change the internet or something like that. Please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel. We are very near to 12,000 subscriber right now. On the top corner, top right corner, you can see there's 11,916 subscribers. So if you guys subscribe to our channel, we are going to touch 12,000 by your help. It's gonna make my day. Okay, so all of these things I'm doing for free. There is no payment. There is nothing I'm asking from you guys except your success, except your consistent profit. I am just not interested about anything else. All I am interested about your profit. That's all. So if you consider to subscribe to our channel, we'll be grateful, man. All of us will be grateful to you. Bro, I need your help to review my strategy. When I'll do the live streaming through the Discord, join the stage, share your thinking by sharing your chart, brother. I'm always be there. So whenever I'll do the live streaming to my Discord, share your chart, join to the stage, and we can talk. Okay, brother? Nothing, no need to worry about that. We can talk about that. But here in live, you won't be able to share your things. I won't be able to explain your things without seeing it. Okay, so just join our Discord. You will get the link to the pin comment, absolutely free. No, nothing need to pay, and then just share your chart. That's all, man. I wait for 9:30 EST and mark the session high and low of the daily quarters. After 9:30, I wait for the market to sweep that high or low, and then wait for perfect market structure shift in 3 minutes. Then from the discount zone. That's cool, man. If it works, I really appreciate it, man. I don't see the market like that way, unfortunately. So if it works for you, I really appreciate it, man. Also share that information with us if we see that is like, if I feel like it's important, of course I'll take it. Can we all pause for a second and hit the like button? Appreciate it. If you don't push the like button, Tamim is gonna block you. That's for sure. I mean, we can block Suziban. He didn't push the like button. I'm also expecting for the opening range gap to be filled today. Very attractive levels around the opening range gap low. London Asia low, midnight open. Awesome, brother. I can see that we are expecting the same thing. That's cool. That's cool, man. Hey, Daniel, thanks for the penguin, man. Love you for the penguin. Let's have a look in Asia session. What do you mean by Asia session? I just didn't see. I mean, Asia session was simple. I just talked about that at the beginning. I told that where I was looking for the sell, where I was looking for the buy. I have everything told you over there, but none of them I got the entry, unfortunately. So if I come here in NQM, there was a entry, okay? But I'm talking that I was in front of my micro mini chart, so there was no trade. You can see here, this is the low from 6 to 7. This is the high here somewhere. This is the high from 6 to 7. Market has cleared the high, gave me the 22 YT model, market structure shift, fair value gap, trade this fair value gap over here. In NQ chart, it traded this gap, but in MNQ chart, it didn't give me the entry over here. Then fall, came to this specific gap, last fair value gap, rejected from there, come back again, retested this gap over here, then fall again. I didn't get the entry over here, so I didn't take the entry. And then when it came back again here, to be honest, I was not brave enough to push the button while it came back again around this area, rejecting from the last fair value cap around this area. So I just didn't take the sell over here. I missed this sell. After that, when I got this inversion fair value gap after clearing this low, which is 6 to 7 low, this low has been cleared. This was the inverse gap. Same thing happened. It never gave me the entry. I mean, of course, it gave me the entry, but it was it takes too long to come back again to this inverse gap, so I just didn't push the button. Otherwise maybe I could get some run over here. I don't know how much is the run was from this inverse gap to until here. Just 25 handle only. Okay, so either way it would not be a good trade for me. I didn't just take none of them. Not this sell, not this buy, none of them, because it was not like beautiful to me. It was not cute looking to me, so I didn't take anything over here. And after that, I really don't know what happened. Just simply after missing this, when I saw this leg, I just closed my chart. I just was not in front of my chart anymore. So I can see finally this market went higher, keep going higher, and finally to this liquidity. I was talking to my friend that around 8:30 news, market is going to trade this gap to take this liquidity, and then going to take this buy side liquidity over here, which is the extreme buy side liquidity. That was a beautiful run for 36 handle, if I not mistaken. So from here until here, the 41 handle, but in MNQ, I believe that is 36 handle, not 41 handle. However, from here to here, that was the run I was expecting it is going to happen. Just didn't gamble over here because before 9:30, sorry, around 8:30 there was a PPI news. I just didn't want to gamble over there. That's why I didn't push the button. That's all. I'm getting about 7 seconds delay with a stream, which is normal, I think. Okay, 7 seconds. It should be 4 second actually. 3 to 4 second. But still 7 second is also good. Brother, when I come to the stream, my first job is to hit the like button. I was kidding, Suzy one. I was kidding, man. To be honest, I was kidding, brother. Happened the same with me, but I only took for inversion in Asia. I just didn't get the opportunity, unfortunately, Sachin. I mean, there was a setup. If I say there was not setup, it's a lie. There was a setup, but the setup was not convincing. Like other days, the setup is very convincing to me. I was watching the market from 6 to until that area, but I just didn't get the convincing price action so that I could push the button. I was brave enough to push the button. It was difficult for me to go for those trades. And but yeah, I was mentally prepared to take this sell here, this sell from this gap. I 100% I'm sure when it would come to this last parallel gap, I would put my stop loss to the break even if I would get this trade, which in MNQ it never come to this gap, never ever. So that was my limit order over there. Market just didn't take me. It just go a bit lower and then come here. I didn't change the market. I didn't do anything over there, and then I saw this run and then fall. So to be honest, it was like something I didn't expect to happen. It happens. I just didn't take this entry over here, and then when I saw this inverse, I just thought that okay, let's go for this trade. But if I see like here, if I would take this trade, it could work if I could keep putting my stop loss below this low. It could work so beautifully. But none of them. This is all hindsight. Of course, I wouldn't take all of this consolidation right from here to here. It's nearly impossible. At least a trader like me, I wouldn't be able to survive over here. In the meantime, maybe I would do some bad decision after getting stopped out to the break even, and it would be a huge loss to me. So I'm thankful that I was not in front of my chart and the price was not according to my expectations. So I just didn't do anything over there. This whole price action is from the London session. All of you know that how to trade the London session. Relatively equal lows. Market has built relatively equal lows and then boom. So London session is very easy to trade. Just mark the relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows, go for the trade. Today's session is gonna be a consolidation session. Be very careful. Like yesterday I told, it's gonna be an expansion. Like today I'm telling, it's gonna be a consolidation. So be very careful to this high resistance liquidity run. I can be wrong. It can be so beautiful. It can be so expansion day as well. But I am predicting this is gonna be a consolidation day depending on my explanation. Whatever I have explained to you so far for last 1 hour I'm explaining to you. So my expectation is it's gonna be a consolidation. But still, if it is good, if you are bullish, if you are bearish, if you find a setup, don't hesitate, don't wait for anyone. Make sure you're not over leveraged. Go for the trade and enjoy that boom. We all will write down boom for you. Don't wait for me to copy my trade. It's a request to all of you. If you treat me as a signal provider, I think that's the worst thing I will get from my viewers, from my family members, from my friends, from my families. Okay, so please don't treat me as a single signal provider. Treat me as a friend who is sharing his knowledge for free so that you can do something good. So treat me like that way, not a, like a copy trader. Okay, please. It's a request to all of you. Suzivan is lying. Suzivan is lying. Oh man. Please don't laugh on my basic question, but I would be trading NQ first time. Do we also get the data feed when we buy the Lucid accounts, or we need to buy it separately from trading view? If you buy the Lucid trading account and if you use the code T2 Wizard, I'm just kidding, brother. If you use the T2 Wizard code, you'll get 40% discount, but you can use any code you want. Okay, so there's nothing wrong. Yeah, you will get the free data. Data will be free. You don't need to pay for the data, but you have to buy it with the trade of it. So your platform should be trade of it, and then you have to go to your trade of it, and you have to switch on the add-ons. You have to on it from the trade of it. So you will get the free data in trading view, brother. I'm not laughing. Of course, we all, somewhere we all were new. We had the same question at the beginning. Hey, Dora, sister, good morning. Thanks for the penguin, sister. How is your kid? 2 p.m. sessions yesterday was a win. Congratulations, sister. I took yesterday's PM session. I just did, like, I break the record, I guess. Yesterday, end up with one account. I think I'll be able to show this to you. Let me see if I can find it. No problem, Kendall. Are you new here, brother? Hey, team. Good morning, brother. I also want to review my strategy from you in few days. I'll manage to join Discord live. Whenever I'll come to Discord live, whoever has some confusion, whoever would love to share something with me, I appreciate it, highly appreciate it, to join to the stage, share your chart, then we can discuss about the price action. I'm not saying that I'm going to justify your trade strategies or everything. I'm just saying we will look at that. Okay. So something like we'll discuss about that. I'm not a teacher. I'm just a trader like you. So there's nothing, I'm better than you or something like that. No, there's nothing like that. And guys, please, if any of you are interested, please join our Discord. It's absolutely free. You will get the link to the pinned comment. No need to worry about that. So this was the end of the day. I think you will be able to see it on my right hand side. It was a $608 profit over here in this account, and this account it was profit of for $949. I just closed it, and intentionally, otherwise it should be like more than $1,200. Otherwise it could be like disaster. I had to make more than 3,000 to pass it. However, this was another account, $466. I told you that it was just a mistake. I didn't want to take this trade to my funded account, the next PM session trade. I wanted to take it to my eval account. Unfortunately, I forgot to switch the account from LTF to LTE, unfortunately. So you have to believe me, okay? I'm not lying. In this account, just $387. So overall, I was happy. Yesterday's price action was absolutely good. 3 minutes to go before the market open, then we'll see. I would love to see this market to go higher at first, then fall. That's my expectation at first. I'm not interested to see this market to fall and take this sell side liquidity. If this sell side liquidity is taken, I'm done for the day. Not going to push, not even a single trade. Maybe I'll gamble, but the gambling will be here. If I am here and if I am going to push the button in 55, you remember, just remember that I don't know what is going to happen. So I'm just trying my luck with this account. That is my test account. So all the accounts, or sorry, entries, I'm not confident enough. I'll go over there and I'll push the button from that account. First, I would love to see it will to go higher, take some liquidity at first. I'm sorry, take this high at first. No problem, sir. Time to smoke. Just 2 minutes left before the market open, then we'll see. Okay. First half an hour, I need to watch the market to decide what I'm going to do. First half an hour, 9:30 to 10. My point is very clear, no confusion, nothing. I want to see this market to go higher, take this high at first, and then it will fall for this sell side liquidity. If it happens, I'm gonna frame the sell around here somewhere so that I can get the run toward the liquidity. If it doesn't do that, instead of that, keep falling, take the sell side liquidity, I'm done for the day. Not going to take any trade, at least not to my funded account, not to my Lucid funded, Lucid Able account here. Okay, I'm not going to take any trade over here. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if any of you are new over here, and join our Discord, which is absolutely free. From the next week, we are going to you guys are going to see me. Okay, I'm gonna use the webcam from next week. I'm just going to my capital next Saturday to buy my PC, and I'll just make my setup by the mid of next week so that you guys can see me. I know that when you will see the guy who is talking behind the camera, you will feel maybe more comfortable. Maybe you will believe me after that. Okay, this guy, whatever information he's sharing, maybe not worthless. And one thing, I smoke a lot. Like I smoke a lot. Okay, so when I'll be in live and I'll show my face, I don't know how I am going to manage that. Okay, this is 9:30. Okay, that was a good run. Let's see. This is the opening gap. As long as this high is not taken, I'm not happy to see the sell. This high has to be taken at first before framing the sell. It can keep falling by trading the week or quadrant level, but I am not going to believe that it is going to fall for this sell side liquidity without clearing this high. If you want to do that, please go for that. Any sort of sell, go for that. I'm just not going to do that for sure. Face reveal soon. Yes, sir. Face reveal soon, man. I'm not. I'm very bad looking guy. Why you are marking this gap? I don't know. I have no idea if this gap has any importance or not. If you skip the first presented fair value gap, okay? I have no idea if this gap has any value or not. But later I will show you if this gap has any important role or not. So when I'm marking some gaps, I'm telling you that why it is important, why it is not important, or if I know how to use that gap, or if I don't know how to use that gap. Forget about the first presented gap. Just forget about that. Think like this is just a gap. I don't know if I can use this gap later or not. So I'm going to mark it, keep it over there. That's all. PPI weak CE is hit. Yeah, your rules, right? If it go one tick above the weak low, it's going to take the high, right? So it close uh above the constant encroachment, so we can predict this high is going to be taken. That is my expectation at first. This high has to be taken. And this explanation I have done yesterday's PM session, and I told that that's a bold statement. Write it down. Take this as a notes. Why you should think this high is going to be taken one more time, even if it has cleared the liquidity. Don't forget about that. This is gonna be a live example of the information I shared yesterday. You ask me why did ICT talk about that? I'm so sorry, sir. I don't know. Okay, he didn't talk about that yet, but maybe later he will talk about that. But he will definitely talk about that. Hey Ellie, how are you, sister? Welcome back, Ellie. Look at this YM 15-minute candle, NQ 15-minute candle. Let's look at this both candle. Here, this candle is from NQ, this candle is from YM. Exactly opposite. Very careful in this type of scenario. Hey RP, thanks for the penguin, brother. Boom, penguin, boom. I was missing that, man. I'm good, Chito. How are you? I'm cool, sister. Thanks for asking. I'm really so cool. I already got two subscriber. Ellie, you just came and I got two subscriber. Sometimes please come, sister. Okay? And then I'm going to get the subscriber. I'm happy, man. After clearing this high, any kind of sell is a valid sell for me. Wow, look at that. I can see it, man. Awesome. I love that idea, man. I love that idea, Sujivan. But still, I can't talk about that because you know what I'm waiting for. I need that whole information, whole observation, and I need you to do that for on behalf of me. I just can't do that, and then I will be able to talk about that, or maybe you will be able to explain that, brother, to everyone. I told you in coming every day to give you a like. I'm not staying here all the time, but at least I support your stream. Thank you, sister. That's more than enough for me. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. I also don't know that if it come here before falling, or is it going to react from the 50-minute? Remember the things I showed you here? Anytime it will now give me the selling opportunity, I'll go for that sell. I know, brother, I still can't help to mention the week. Absolutely. But in time, you will get it. You will get it. I know that. Maybe it will take some times, but finally you will get it. However, guys, I'm looking for sell. It doesn't mean that you have to look for sell as well. If you are thinking about bull run, please go for the buy. Okay, I really appreciate it. Highly appreciate it. But I'm just interested to take the sell, frame the sell. I'm done for today. Just a little gamble on my eyeballs. As long as it's profit, I appreciate the gambling. If you take a loss, I'm gonna, I'm going to feel bad for the gambling. I believe it will go to 26,000. Don't know if it going to be today. Now seems like a nice area for retracement. 26,000. So here somewhere. Hmm, I don't think so. It will come at. That's too far actually. But let me keep an line over there. We are inside a 4 hour CB. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So we have the higher time frame point of interest. I don't need that market to go to that hourly gap. I just need a setup right now to take a sell. That's all. That area is a 50% of weekly rejection block, which was untested yet. Oh, okay. Actually, why I'm not seeing that, because if it would love to go over there, that's gonna be an expansion as well today. I don't want to see the expansion today. I want to see the consolidation today. So that's why I'm not thinking it will go over there. But of course, it can go over here. I'll let this market then to go until that area. Then I'll frame the sell. All I will do, I'll frame the sell. I just needed to see this high to be taken over here. That high to be taken. That's been taken over there already. And I'm more than happy to frame the sell right now. There is a volume imbalance in hourly above. Okay, that is also a good information. I'm going to take the sell to this account right now.
Order filled.
And in this account, I'll take the sell when this gap will be inversed, because it's not a setup over here at all. Okay, so I don't want to take the risk in my account over here, which is my real account. So I would love to test this trade from this 22 YT model after clearing the buy side liquidity, market structure shift here, the gap over there. Would love to see to trade this gap and to fall until this last fair value gap. So would love to see this trade to work from here to here, to my test account. So if it works, I'm very happy with that. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna let this go. I'll wait for this account to take entry while this is going to be inversed. Or if it built any sort of, like bearish setup from 1 minute chart, like market structure shift, fair value gap or something like that, then I'll go for the trade for this 1 minute chart around this area. old high old high, those people who took the sell from there and got stopped out, they're going to take the buy from here. I don't want to see it to go higher again from this area, because this is an old high. Breakout trader are going to take the buy from this area, exactly to this area. They're going to take the buy. I don't want to see this market to see keep going higher. If it do that, these people are going to be profitable. So they took the loss here by taking sell, and now they're going to be profitable. I don't want to see it to go higher from here. Okay.
Order filled.
Out already. I got a stopped out already. Took this high one more time, no problem. I'll go for re-entry while it will go and close below this area. I'll take re-entry over here again. This account, I'm not going to touch it as long as I'm not going to get the confirmation it is going to fall. When I'll get the confirmation, then and only then I'll go for this. Exactly like this way. For example, I got stopped out here, and then the buy from there. The next level, whatever the next level is, I'm going to take the buy here. It should not go higher. It started to react. People will start to think gap up, market is bullish, old uh, old high is going to work as a support, market is going to go higher, it's going to fall again, something like that. It should got keep falling. This gap will inverse. I'll take a resell from this gap again. And for this 1 minute chart, if it provide me any sort of bearish setup from 1 minute chart, if and only if it provide me sell setup, then and only then I'll go for this trade. It's a very important account to me. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm not taking any low probable entry to my funded account. I just don't want to do that. So I will wait for the perfect setup here before taking any sort of buy or sell to this account. And I think I will not get any setup over here for before 10 a.m. New York local time. Next candle should fall. Let's say after closing this candle from 50 minutes at what is going to happen. So this is a new 50-minute candle. Wanna see to go a bit higher at first, then it started to fall. Mhm. Time to wait, wait and wait, wait, wait and wait, wait, wait and wait. Okay, the run toward the buy side, I think it's done. Now it should fall. However, if it would love to keep going higher, I have no problem. When it will come over here, then also I'll look for the sell. No buy is valid to me. I'll only keep looking for the selling opportunity. From 9:30 to 10, it can do the Judas swing. That means it will keep going higher. People will start to believe that it's a bullish market. After 10, market will start to reverse. YM has started to fall already. Happened to ES. Yes, bullish. Not trade yet. All the people who took the buy from this breakout trader, they are going to be profitable if it keep going higher. I just don't want them to be profitable because they got the loss. They should not get profit over here to mitigate their loss at least. It should not expend toward the buy side liquidity. It should not do that. No, that's not a guess. That's a that you will wait for a setup. Is there any setup from 1 minute chart? Do you see any setup over there? I don't see any setup over there. So I'm not bearish yet. When I will see the setup, then and only then I'll look for the sell. So market is extremely bullish right now. How do I know that it's going to be bearish? I'm expecting this is going to be bearish. So while I need a setup, a model over there, maybe market structure shift 22 YT model, maybe inversion fair value gap, maybe turtle soup. I don't know which model you are good at, but whatever model you are good at, use that model to take the sell, to predict that it's going to reverse right now. So it's bullish, looking like bullish. Why it is bullish? I've already explained why it's look like bullish. And now I'm interested to see the bearish movement. All I need a setup. The model is going to tell you, is it bearish or is it bullish yet? I mean, still, is it bullish or bearish? I'm not expecting the good price action. It can be seek and destroy mode as well. That's why I'm not touching these accounts yet without getting the best setup. When and if I get the best setup, then and only then I'll go for the trade to these accounts. Otherwise, I'm not going to touch them. I'll keep watching. But these accounts, I'll just try so that I don't miss any trade. I'll say, brother, this is gambling. Of course, this is gambling. And I'm doing this gamble with my test accounts. Those accounts, even if I blow them, I don't care. Still, I had almost 1.5 months. I failed to blow those accounts. I tried a little best, but I every time I failed to blow those accounts. Why not looking for bullish setup if price is bullish? Netkit, you just join me later, brother. I have explained all the question you were asking me for last 1 hour. I was just explaining them why I should not look for the buy down. Oh, you missed them. You have to rewatch them. Do you think I can be profitable trader after 4 months of pure dedication and good psychology? 4 months is too much, man. It will take maximum 1 to 2 months maximum if you are a dedicated person and if your psychology is good. I mean, you are not over leveraging. That's all. You just can't do over leveraging. Go on one micro contract, two micro contract, more than enough. By the way, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm expecting bearishness. So I want to see this market to fall according to my explanation. If it is bullish, I'm not going to touch it. I know if it is bullish, how far it is going to be bullish. It's been marked over here already. So if I don't get any bearish setup before tapping over here, I'll let the market to go around this area. And then when I'll get the first time the bearish setup, I'll take that sell without any kind of hesitation. Okay, this guy is extremely bearish. This YM. They should start to follow YM right now. Yeah, I just don't understand why it takes so much time for most of the people to be profitable because they're greedy. Most of the people are greedy. For example, if I go for this account buy 2 micro contract, the loss would be like, how much would be the loss? Maybe uh, maybe $60, $100, $100, something like that. Not 60, $100, something like that. If I take a $100 loss, it's nothing. It's nothing for a 50K account. $100 is nothing. I'm greedy here. I took a 5 micro contract entries. If it doesn't work, I'm taking more risk. And finally, I'm going to blow it. If I don't control myself, for example, I'm expecting this is going to fall without waiting for the setup. I just push the button again over there. I'm not doing that. But if I do that and market is going higher because it didn't show me the bearishness, I'll keep taking this high leverage sell entry, sell entry, sell entry, and my account is gone. So that's why most of the people blow their account. They're greedy. They want more because they look when it is falling how much they are going to take the profit. They don't see when it is going against their expectation how much they are going to take the loss. They don't look at that. They just look at how much they are going to take the profit, but you should look for the loss, how much you are going to take the loss. That's why people, it takes too long to be a profitable trader. If you can control your greed, if you can control the loss, whatever you are going to take instead of your profit, it's going to make profit for you. This market is just here to give you the profit, not to take your money. But you should respect the market with respecting your capital. However, this swing low is a valid swing low for market structure shift. So if I get this market structure shift with a fair value gap, I'll take the sell from here, depending on this 22 YT model. I'm not asking any of you to copy my trade to this account. I'll do that. Okay. Let's see what's going to be the stop loss. Around here, there will be a stop loss. So, yeah, right. If I target this last fair value gap, or maybe this outside liquidity, that's perfect. If this low is shifted with a fair value gap, I'll take the sell from that fair value gap depending on this 22 YT model. This is a valid swing low for me for shifting market structure. I think I got the market structure shift. All I need a fair value gap right now. Take this sell.
Order filled.
If there is no fair value gap, there is no trade for me. I need entry gap. All what else I'm going to do, if I see that I miss this, it's going to, after making the gap, it just keep falling without taking me, I'll take a market entry like 1 or 2 micro contract entry. Okay. There is no fair value gap, there is no trade. If I see this market is not trading my fair value gap, I'm going to take an entry in the market order. So like 1 micro contract or 2 micro contract, something like that. Tough decision. So that gap, I don't want to take that sell from that gap. There is a small gap, but I don't want to take the sell from this gap. This is also valid gap to take the sell. This risky actually. Handle right. I'll go for that. Wish I'm not going to miss right. I mean, if it is bad luck and if the market doesn't come here, I'll just go with one microcontroller, unfortunately. Okay. This is called like something uh bad luck. That market didn't give me the entry. Let's see if this last gap can hold the market and give me some sort of reaction to send it until this gap one more time. The reaction will send the market until this gap, then it will keep falling. If it do that. I want to say that this gap is going to hold the market, sending it higher to that upper gap, which is gonna be a reaction, and then it will start to fall. So this gap is still not broken. I'm happy to see that. Let the market come here and then fall. If it doesn't work like that way, maybe I'll get this small run from here to the last gap or first presented gap, which is for 700. Unfortunately, okay. This is the gap I'm watching over here. Can it hold the market? Send it higher to take this high one more time. The liquidity is going to be cleared, then it will fall. Best case of scenario. Hold gap is still not been broken. Need to see that. Or it's now trading the 50-minute bullish fair value gap over here. Okay, this area I can see here. It didn't tap here yet, but it's going to tap to this bullish gap. I don't want to see this gap is going to hold the market and sending it higher. I want to see this gap to work as inverse gap, this bullish gap from 15-minute chart, according to the explanation I have given you. Look, I'm not adding more over here by thinking that it's not going to take me. I'm not adding more over there. I'm still waiting to see if it can take me from the exact level I want the market to go and take me. If it doesn't do that, I'm not going to add more over here. I'll just let this one micro contract to go. Because if it doesn't work from the exact level I'm expecting, then I will wait for this gap to inverse to take my re-entry. So I know where I should take that entry. Let's hope for the best. I'm not asking any of you to copy my trade. If you feel the same like me, then you can go for the trade. Otherwise, please don't copy my trade. My request. Till now, this last gap is not broken, so it's holding the market. I wish the reaction will set the market until this gap. It doesn't need to do that, but it can do that. Not also expecting some kind of good move like boom, 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 boom. Not like that way. I'm expecting consolidation, seek and destroy mode. So I'm not happy to see some sort of boom, something like that. I don't want to see that type of things today. It's gonna be a high resistance liquidity run. Okay, YM is bullish right now. I'm not liking these things over here, to be honest. So what I will do, I will minimize this tree. I think I'm going to miss this trade. Perfect, no problem. Unfortunately, if it doesn't want to give me that, what can I do? I am not the market maker. I'm not making this market, right? So I waited for the setup opportunity. I tried to catch it. It didn't give me that. I'm gonna accept that. That's all. Still now the body didn't close below this fair value gap. See that? And it has traded the 50-minute bullish gap right now. Tap to this 50-minute bullish gap. I don't want to see this bullish gap is going to hold the market and sending it higher. Would love to see this bullish gap can give me some reaction before falling again. And finally, this bullish gap is going to work as a resistance. Absolutely. Body close. I'm going to justify a gap depending on the body close. Hmm. Just go a bit more, man. Come on. Don't make me disappointed, please. High resistance liquidity run. This gap reaction sending the market to the 22 YT model gap. Then can it fall? Reaction, reversal. So this is called reaction. This is called reversal. I don't know why it didn't take me. I'm in this trade. Losses, sorry, stop loss is 26 handle. Going to see if it can start to fall right now. I want to see it to fall right now. I will add more if it can close below this gap. Body has closed above this gap. Is that a problem? I don't think so. It's a problem. While the market structure shift happened, This market has a possibility to go for the optimal trade entry according to the ICT's explanation of optimal trade entry, which is here to here. It can come to the 786 level before falling it one more time. If it doesn't work, for example, I just took 26 handle risk for 4 micro contract. So it's gonna cost maybe uh, how much? Maybe $300, something like that, or maybe $200, something like that. Sorry, brother. I think it's my opinion that its high is going to be taken again. YM is extremely bullish. I can see that YM is bullish. I saw it actually previously. Yeah, it's extremely bullish. Of course, it can do that. There's nothing wrong. My stop loss is just above this high, right? As long as this high is not taken, this 22 YT model is valid. So I just give a bit small space above this high. So if it can take this high and stop me out, I'm going to get like $200. Yeah, I got a stop out, I guess. $200, something like that. I got stopped out over there. I will wait for re-entry opportunity. Didn't over leveraged. Let me see how much is the loss. $217. Totally perfect. We'll look for another re-entry opportunity. It was overzealous. We'll wait for the next opportunity to take the
Order filled.
re-entry over there. And this account $600. I'm not going to use it anymore. Let's see here. I can get something over there. One more time, this highs has been cleared for the manipulation. Waited for the setup, got the setup, took the entry from the setup. Everything was perfect. Was overzealous, stopped me out. Didn't over leveraged. Will go for re-entry while it will provide me the re-entry. I mean, any sort of setup again. High resistance liquidity run is difficult to trade. That's why I'm saying don't over leverage today. Today is the lowest probable day to trade. After the like some sort of expansion day, it can be a consolidation. But it still I'm bearish, not interested to look for any sort of buy. Still I believe it will fall, but it was just overzealous here to take me out one more time. But it will fall again, and I'll take sell again. Just not going to go for the over leverage. That's all. Those people, if any of you are bullish, okay, you are looking for buy, take the buy. Don't don't worry about that. Your bias is bullish, you think it's going higher, take the buy without any type of compromising. Okay, I got the setup here, took the sell from there. If it wants to come here to this gap and then would love to fall, I'll look for the sell again. But in between all of this area, whenever it will provide me the selling opportunity or selling setup, I'll take that sell. There's a logical setup to me. Unfortunately, the fair value gap has been traded after not immediate reaction. I just wanted to catch it, just violate that rules. It was not an immediate reaction. I agree with that. Still, I just took that possibility. One violation is last fair value gap has been inversed. Use this as a support. Keep going higher. Not bullish, so not taking the buy. We'll wait for sell again when it will fall. For example, it is bullish and it's keep going higher. I'll let this go. I mean, I'll just simply let it go. Okay, YM seems like bearish now. I'm also in red, but got out early, waiting for a sell setup. As long as we are not doing the over leverage. $200 loss. Maybe next entry is also another $200 loss. $400 loss. I'm going to stop over there. Coming back tomorrow, making some $300. This is the gaming process. This game work like that way. But if it wasn't high leverage, for example, I was in one mini contract entry, and that's a 600, 700, $800 loss. I'm already doomed over here. As long as I'm not doomed, $200 is nothing, man. We let $200 go lot of time. Main game plan is your managing trade. How much are you going to take the risk? I just can't look for any sort of specific fair value gap over here except this hourly gap. I know it's inside a 4 hour gap right now, so it can start to fall anytime by trading the 4 hour gap. I'll take every single possibility for the falling, and I still believe this will start to fall anytime soon. And as you can see, it opened and started to go higher. There is no wick at all from 15-minute chart here. No wick at all. This is the whole opening gap. There is a sell side liquidity over here. Buy side has been cleared over here. That buy side has been cleared. Everything is telling me market is in deep premium. Everything is telling me take the short, take the short, take the short. Don't look for the buy. It was overzealous. Take it one more time. I don't care. I'll look for sell again. Not going to take the buy. Here there is a 50-minute last fair value gap above at 25,872. 25,872. It's too far, man. I mean, I still have this hourly gap. Of course, if it reaches over there, I don't need to look for the 50-minute gap. Simply the hourly gap is actually aligned with this area. So if it go over there and then it started to fall, I just don't need to worry about anything else except taking this trade. If it inversed, I'll take the sell from this gap. Just afraid I'll miss the trade. That's all I'm afraid of. because when it will start to fall, I think it's gonna fall like dramatic way. I can move my stop loss actually depending on the price over here if I get that opportunity. Okay, I can move my stop loss above this high later depending on the price. Right now, I think it will be safe over here. If it inverts right now, it will be safe over here. But when it will go below this area and then it started to go higher, tap to this gap and start to work with this area. If I feel like that I need to move it above this high, I'll just do that. So I'll trail my stop loss above this high depending on the price if it shows me something like that. Otherwise, I'll just try to keep it over there. So last time it is going to take that high before falling. Happy to see that. It will keep going higher. I'm gonna let this go. Not going to take sell, not going to take buy, nothing. One loss, 200 handle, will stop over there. We'll come back tomorrow. User 25702 doesn't count as a liquidity because it's in the center of the run. 27 25702 257. This is a liquidity, brother. This low, that low, they're the relatively equal lows over here. This low and that low, relatively equal lows. So this is a perfect liquidity around that area. If it built some liquidity here, relatively equal lows, that couldn't be my target here somewhere, because that is the low, retracement low, and then go higher, retracement, build the liquidity here. This is the low of the leg. This is the low. So as this low has built a relatively equal lows with here, this is the sell side liquidity for me. Or I hope you got the point right, brother. It fall, built the relatively equal lows, then went higher, not in the middle of the run. IM is bearish right now. This is bullish. This is just consolidating the NQ. Sorry, yes. Tough day for trading. I promise you, brother, it's gonna be a tough day. Now you can say, brother, if you are bullish, then it's gonna be a good day for you. If you are bullish, tell me why you are bullish. What is the reason for looking for the bullish run over here? What do we have? What do you have over there? I was talking about with 933, 939, 933, 939, 33, 39. This is not even a swing low, brother. So you don't need to worry about that. Not even a swing low. If you'd love to look for relatively equal lows, you have to look for a swing low to swing low. So here, this is a swing low. This is a swing low. And they are the low while the market is going higher. This is just candles low. You don't need to worry about this low. For example, this low and that low is not relatively equal lows because this is just a candle low, but this is a swing low. Then market came here and then started to go higher again. There is another swing low. This to swing low is going to be my relatively equal lows. Market is going higher. I don't care. I will look for sell again from here around to this area. This is the perfect area and this is the buy side liquidity above this gap. I think it will come here first and then it will fall from there. That's the most logical thing I can see. This is the last parabolic curve from 4-hour chart, as well as I think there is a 50-minute last parabolic cap, as well as there is 1 hour last parabolic cap. Everything is over here. Yes, it will go over there and then it started to fall. Maybe. Look at YM. Look at this candle. NQ should do the same thing. Come on, brother. Come on. To trade this market is highly difficult while YM, NQ, and ES are not going to be the correlated. They're not going to go to the same direction. One guy is going to fall, another guy is going to go higher. It's really so difficult to trade this market. That's why I told you at the beginning. Today is gonna be the difficult day to trade. If you are over leveraging over here, you are also going to blow the account. So don't blow the account. Make sure you're not over leveraging. Now you can take the buy. Your bias can be bullish. You can look for the buy. That is absolutely good. But make sure you're not over leveraging. That's all you should look for. I'm not bullish because I don't have any buy side liquidity. I'm bearish because I have this sell side liquidity over here. I'm more interested to see this liquidity to be taken at first before going higher. I'm just waiting for that setup. But before falling, after clearing the liquidity, this market need a resting place. So if this market think that this is my resting place, it will come in here and then it will fall. I'll take the sell from there. In between this, whenever it will provide me the selling opportunity, I'll take this sell. I got your question. I mean question net kit. Tell me what does it look like? Isn't it look like bullish as well? Then why it is falling? You understand the low probable area, high probable area to trade. This today is the high probable, low probable area to trade. This was extremely bullish. Why it is falling right now? This same thing should happen in NQ as well. And that is going to happen, of course, but it has already reached to the logical level, I believe. So let me see. See, this high has been cleared. This relatively equal highs has been cleared over here. Maybe it has traded something around this area. So let me go from the hourly chart. Let me see if I can find something over there. Maybe here this is a gap over there. I think it has traded this gap, and now it is going to fall around that area. It is going to fall. It is extremely bullish market. So why it is falling right now? This is the thing I'm explaining over here, brother. When you are looking for buy, you have to understand that why you are taking that buy. Where is your liquidity? This market is going extremely bullish. Why it is bullish? Because this market is going to the resting place. Where is the resting place? I believe it is already in a resting place. Anytime it can start to fall, but if it really would love to trade this area, which is a place from my higher time frame, you can see here, this was the liquidity that has been cleared already, and still this market is bullish, means that maybe it is going to trade this last fair value gap, or this gap already it is inside this gap over here. So maybe it will come here and then it will fall, but it doesn't need to come over there. It can start to fall from there, and I can be extremely wrong. This market can keep going higher and take the buy side liquidity without like any kind of confusion. It can simply take that buy side liquidity. It can also do that. But I am seeing the sell side liquidity on my chart only. No buy side liquidity. Like liquidity has been cleared. I need to look for sell, not buy. When it is going to fall, either from this gap or from that gap, any of these two gaps. When it came to this gap, I saw a bearish model. It was not an immediate reaction. So if you avoid that immediate reaction things, okay, market structure shift, it didn't reach to this gap within 5 candles. So if you avoid that one, for example, you are following the rules. Market structure shift, did it come to this gap within 5 candles? No, you didn't take the sell. Market is going higher, let him go wherever it wants to go, and then it has built another sell setup from here, and everything is perfect. Maybe it has traded that gap within beautifully within 5 candle or whatever it is has been done over there. I'm going to take that sell again because I have the sell side liquidity. I have the gap up. Market is extremely bullish. Every day it is bullish. Finally the liquidity has been cleared. It doesn't need to go higher. It is already trading the gap. But if it is overzealous to come to this specific last gap before falling, then I have to bound to wait for this candle to come over here before taking the sell. Anytime it will start to fall when it is also bullish, right? This guy is also bullish. Why it is falling? Maybe it has done its job. It has already traded the level it needed to be traded, and then it started to fall. It still didn't, so that's why it's going higher. That's why it's going to be a very tough moment, so a tough area to take entries. Look at this ES. Look at this ES. Even if you'd love to take the buy, look at the price action over here. This is shit price action ever. You will be able to see this beautiful shit price action over there. See this here, here, making the bull flag going higher. Why? Because it's not falling yet. Why it's not falling? Maybe it's going to trade that last gap before falling. It's been marked over here already. I saw this opportunity. I took this sell. It didn't work. I'm gonna wait for the next setup to take the sell. Does it make any sense to you? If I take the buy over here, for example, I'm seeing this is a bullish market, I took the buy. My first question, how long it will go? So this last gap can't be the target. It can't be your target. You have to have some liquidity above here. Do you have the liquidity? No. Then why you are going to take the buy? Today you will be right. The next few days you will be wrong because there is no liquidity. Market will just show you this and then it will just dramatically it will fall. When it will fall, you will see the speed, how speedy it will be. You can chase the market, there is nothing wrong. Of course you can chase the market, I have no problem with that, but I'm not interested to chase the market. That's all, brother. I would love to work with the logic. I know this market can come here before falling. It's a very specific area, specific zone. It can come here before falling, but eventually I want to see this is going to fall. In the meantime, wherever it will give me the selling opportunity, I'll take the sell. While it came here around this area, my first target was this high. Need to take this high at first. If it doesn't take this high, keep falling. I'm not going to take the sell. No sell is valid to me. So it has cleared this high. Anytime it will provide me the selling opportunity, I'll take this sell. Maybe this whole morning session market didn't give me any selling opportunity. I'm not going to take any short. That's all. However, I'm not going to use this gap as my inverse gap to take the sell. If any of you would love to do that, you can do that. I'm not interested to use this gap as my inverse gap. Now, this guy started to fall. This guy started to go higher. Very tough market to trade. Trust me, man. Like yesterday, I was saying it was good to trade. It was easy to trade. And today, it's tough to trade. It is bearish. It is bullish. Absolutely opposite. That's why it's kind of difficult to trade. And this guy is just simply consolidating. 1 hour NQ chart, you gave high liquidity. Why? It's been taken already, brother. That was my weekly target. As long as this liquidity was not taken, I told that it's my weekly target. So when it is done, I am like in 50-50. I don't know what is going to happen next after clearing this liquidity. It's been taken already by today. So it didn't even take the morning session to take this liquidity. This was my liquidity. I was interested to see to be taken. Watch my weekly analysis. It's been exactly saying that this liquidity. After that, we have this all-time high, which is over here. This market will finally go for this all-time high, but not by this week. Okay, so this week, this market will do the retracement or something like that. Then maybe it will go for this buy side liquidity. Or if it keep going higher and take this buy side liquidity, that is absolutely disaster. And every single day, I'll be wrong. Without retracement, I'm not interested to see this market to go and take this all-time high over there. And there is no buy side liquidity except the all-time high. But why not 26,000? That is also marked as buy side liquidity. There is no buy side liquidity. I just marked it because Ellie told that there is some rejection block on screen crossment or something like that. It can go for that. She just told me that. I just mark a line over there. There is no liquidity, unfortunately. I didn't mark it by myself. She just told that. I just marked it. That's all. Okay, brother. This is bullshit. Whole world, including Bangladesh, the oil price is just disaster. I mean, nobody's getting the oil from the petrol pump, and this oil price is, I mean, falling. This is a highly manipulated manipulation over. It is doing the highly manipulation over here. This is really disaster. Manual intervention. Some people are making a lot of money over here intentionally, and they should be court-martialed or something like that. But no, there is no one in this world who can do that court-martial to them, unfortunately. I'm going to take this sell again. Let me see how much is going to be the risk. 17 handle. Cool. This gap, right? Yeah, try to take the entry from this gap, not from that input. I'll take a bit risk over here, 100 something like that. I'm just afraid that I won't get that sale. Okay, that's the only thing I'm afraid of. Same kind of scenario from the last gap. Reaction will send the market to this gap and then it will fall. Last gap send the market higher to trade this gap and then it will fall. So it will work. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna let this account to go, not going to touch any trade to this account anymore. Simply will let this go because to trade I tried, it didn't work, and then I'll switch my account to Eval and I will wait for this market to come to this hourly cap. Then I'll take the sell from that hourly cap. If it doesn't work, maybe I'll get another $200 loss. So overall, I'm going to take $400 loss or maybe $450 loss, something like that, and I will be cool with that $450 something like that loss. It's not blowing the account. It's a tough market, so I tried my level best to catch the run. It didn't work. Good to go. And take me for one tick. That's gonna be the deal, to be honest. That's gonna be disaster. Just for one tick, if it doesn't take me, that's gonna be disaster. True disaster. I don't wanna see anybody close above the constant encroachment of this gap. Nobody should close above the constant encroachment of this gap. Okay, let's see. Okay. I just can't accept anybody close above the constant encroachment of this gap. That is the only thing I'm not interested to see. That's all. Why did you took 5 microcontract entry? Because previously you took a loss? No, I didn't take 5 microcontract entry because I took a loss previously. No, it's not because of that. It's because my stop loss was smaller. Everything is acceptable except the body close above this consonant crossment. If I see body has closed above this consonant crossment, I will start to move my stop loss. It doesn't mean that you are going to copy my trade. Please don't copy my trade. Don't copy my trailing stop loss. You will do your own trading. You don't take the trade if you see I'm taking the trade. Please don't do that. You will take the trade wherever you feel good. If there is a good setup according to your understanding, then you will take the entry. Here, well, I got that 22 YT model, I mean this 22 bearish model, there was nothing that was like not perfect. For example, last time when I took that sell, it was not an immediate reaction, but here everything is immediate, so I don't need to worry about that. It was perfect. There was nothing I broke any rules, no nothing. So everything is cool. I'm good to go for this trade. Everything is acceptable except the body close above this dotted line. Body will close above this dotted line and then started to fall. I will start to move my stop loss because I am not going to bleed this trade anymore. I should close it. I can't close it, so I'll just move my stop loss. That's all. First thing, I would love to see a body close below the consonant crossment of this gap. This is the first thing I need to see over here. The reason is this down close body close candle which has traded this gap here. It's working as a support, as a order block, bullish order block. This bullish market, this is working as a support. So as long as it is going to work as a support, and this inverse gap, which is old reclaimed gap, not the inverse gap, is also going to work as a support. That means 2p array is working as a support. So here it has closed below this gap. I don't want to see anybody close above this gap again. Nobody should close above this gap again. It should simply take this low, which is an obvious liquidity. That means this low has cleared over here by a shallow run. So it should fall and take this low over here. Why I'm not seeing it over here? Because this is the real chart where I need the price action to get the perfect price action. So now this gap should work as a inverse way, and this guy has to close below this line, which is a liquidity, obvious liquidity over here. Anybody close above this gap, consequent encroachment is a low probability. This holding this trade is a low probability. Retest this order block, that is the dangerous thing, to be honest. This is really dangerous right now. That means there is a low, uh, it can be failed right now. It's saying that I'm holding the market. I don't like to see these things over here. So I think it's not a good idea to hold this trade. If it provide me another opportunity, I'll just simply close this trade. Liking this. Provide any opportunity, then I'll close the trade. Otherwise, I'll just trail the stop loss. That's all. Not liking it anymore. Order block, holding the market. If it fall one more time, I'll trail my stop loss. I'm done with this trade. I'm not leaving this trade anymore. Thinks it will give me any opportunity to trail the stop loss. And follow one more time. Hmm. Then two losses. So this account not going to touch it anymore. Uh, Here 450.68 didn't work, so not going to touch it anymore. We'll see tomorrow if I can get something over there good. Got two opportunities, didn't work, none of them. After 3 minutes, there will be 11 p.m. Sorry, 11 a.m. That is the London close reversal. Uh, Maybe to reverse around the 11 a.m. Around 11 a.m. Let's see. Really disaster. Just keep going higher. Keep going higher. Hmm. Why did you take me out? Didn't need to take me out. For 1 minute, there will be 11 a.m. candle. Some days when the price is good, very beautiful, everything will work. And some days when previously you know that it's gonna be a high resistance liquidity run, it's gonna be tough to trade. And on those days, hold your emotion, don't get emotional, take some losses, stop trading over there. Or switch account to your other accounts. Just don't hurt your one account. Tomorrow is a better day to trade. I'm just watching how it is going to work with this 50% range. That means this is the low, this is the high. Can it tap to this 50% range and keep going higher for this area? Or is it going to break it and start to fall again? If it started to fall again, we'll take the sell again over there. All I need to say how it can use that 50% range. So the last trade for today's morning session around here gonna be the London reversal on the old cap, 19 handle risk. Obvious liquidity, old last cap that has been respected, is more interested to see if it can fall until here. In the meantime, I'll try to take the partial around 1:1, which is 20 handle. Not going to put my stop loss above that high because this market has cleared this high one more time over here. So this liquidity is gone over there. This time I'm gonna expect the same thing over here. Body should not close up the consonant crossment like previously I was expecting. It should work like that way, and it should give me the reaction. I mean, sorry, the reversal toward the liquidity with speed right now. The 20 handle risk didn't work. Let this go. Worked, I will be happy with one profit in this account. Look, I'm not taking this trade to this other account where I got some losses over there. Okay, other account, that's done. I will come back with that account tomorrow again to make some money over there. But this account, a new account, so I will try to catch the run which I'm expecting with the same kind of logics. I'll try to go for this trade. In that account, two loss, I'm done. This account, I'll just go for one trade because in a day, if I'm losing, I mean, sorry, if I'm wrong for three times, means I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I didn't wait for the perfect area to take the entries, or maybe I was early, or maybe I was jealous, or maybe I'm doing the reverse trade. So I'm just not interested to keep trading in these accounts. Instead of that, we'll just let this go after getting this trade. Whatever, whatever the outcome is going to happen from this trade. Last opportunity from the last macro as well as the London reversal time. So either it will work or it is not going to work, going to stop over there. Tomorrow will come, tomorrow we'll say that all accounts are green. Look at this, something like that. It doesn't need to stop me out over there. Okay, to be honest, it doesn't need to go one more time above this high. Didn't need to do that. This is what it is. Sometimes shit happens. That was a beautiful 22Y2 model in my opinion. Everything was perfect over there. Still it didn't work. It reached the level I wanted to see it should reach. So as I'm not taking the partial over here because I would love to take the partial to this last cap actually, I put my stop loss to the break even. So even if it doesn't work and doesn't come to my level where I'm expecting it is going to come, I'll get stopped out to the break even. But you are not going to do that if any of you are in this trade, by the way. You are going to take the partial around 1:1. That's all you are going to do. I want to see this gap to unfilled because market has traded the gap as well as it has traded the a water block over here. The highest up close body close candles as an water block has been traded over here. It should leave this gap open. In my opinion, my stop loss is in the safe place. That means it is just above this unfilled gap. One tick above this. This gap should be unfilled at least by one tick. Okay? And I'm going to take the partial, the level I'm expecting it will come at least here to this old last fair value gap top over here. Okay, there is a gap over here. It can be respected, but I will be very careful while it will come over here. I'll try to put my stop loss up much more lower. When I got stopped out over here, that was, I promise you, brother, it doesn't need to happen like that way. But unfortunately, this is called trading. Sometimes it doesn't work like that way. The way we think, it just stop, stopped us and just go toward the direction it wants to go. Sometimes this shit happens. You should take the partial if any of you are in this trade. You should take the partial, okay? I'm not taking the partial because I want to see this market come over here at first. It has already cleared all of this liquidity. Trade this last fair value gap. It can start to go higher now again. To trade this old hourly gap or something like that. I don't care about that, but I'm gonna take the partial if and only if it come over here to this area. Then I'll take the partial. Otherwise, I'll get stopped out over here to the break even. The most logical level for this market is this old last fair value gap. That is the most logical level. It doesn't need to reverse from this last gap. It can give some sort of reaction from here. There is nothing wrong with that. But this gap is the most or the strongest gap ever. It can simply stop the market, send it higher again. So I need to make sure that I took the partial to the most logical level, which is over here. This last fair value gap you can't use to take resell because below this last gap there is no liquidity. Below this last gap there is no liquidity. Below this last gap there is liquidity. So I can only take the sell if I would love to take sell if the market reverse or closed below this gap. Then I can take resell from this gap. Otherwise I can't take resell. I can't add anything over here. I have to let this go by expecting this gap to unfilled. I'm not asking any of you to hold the trade with me. I'm just saying take the partial wherever is gonna be your 1:1. Don't copy my trade. I need the speed, I need the momentum, I need everything over here. First thing I need to see the body close below this low so that I can move my stop loss. I can trail my stop loss. That is the first thing I need to see. It's not something like it will take this low closed above this high. If it do that, I will put my stop loss here somewhere because it's going to take that liquidity, start to reverse again by using this gap. I don't want to see that. So I want to see a body close below this low. That's going to give me the confidence it's coming over here. Because this is old last fair value gap over here that has been respected so beautifully here. So it can simply come here, can be respected one more time to take the buy. If you are bullish or something like that, it can be used as a buy setup again from here, this gap here, from the first 22 YT model last gap as an inverse way. This low liquidity tap here, took that liquidity by a shallow run, and then started to go higher again. I'm not saying it is going to happen. I'm just saying it can happen. I want to see it will go through this line. It will come falling to this specific gap, which is the first presented fair value gap. I want to see that. But I don't want to take risk after reaching to this area. Here, this gap can give me some reaction. That means send the market a bit higher to trade any of this area and then fall. This was absolutely unlucky things here when it stopped me out, but it is what it is. And my risk is gone, okay? So I'm not at any risk over here. So even if it doesn't work, I'll get stopped out to the break even. You don't need to do that. I promise you, brother. By the way, I need to see if there is any 50-minute bullish gap. Okay, so it There's no, there was a one tick gap. Edutainment. Seriously, maximum 50% of this gap, no problem, then fall. Put my stop loss a bit higher, okay, so that I can cover the upper quadrant. I've just covered the upper quadrant of that gap by T here to here. Just cover that upper quadrant by T. By any chance, if it is overzealous to trade this upper quadrant, by any chance, okay, doesn't need to do that, but if you do that, I need the speed or this type of Mickey Mouse move. The more area it will be opened, the more speed I will get toward the sell side liquidity. This gap is going to determine is this market keep going to fall, keep falling or not. If this gap is not filled 100%, this market you will see just simply fall the whole session. It went higher, it will just keep seeing it is falling, falling, falling without any sort of break. But if this gap is filled 100%, it means that market is either keep going higher or it will be a high resistance fall again, not kind of a beautiful fall, something like that. Okay, the 50% has been traded perfectly. It doesn't need to go higher anymore. It's done. Mm, mm, mm. Bad luck. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, brother. Just wanna see if it just keep falling. Okay, now because my expectation was it's gonna be unfilled, but it filled 100%. That means it's not gonna fall like dramatic way. It's gonna dance again over here. If it just overzealous to take me out, boom. Next down target should be 25,598 in my view. Okay, brother, you can hold it until that area. Why is that gap the strongest? I read your comment, I guess. Good morning, Phoenix. How are you, brother? Update for me. There's one thing that is not talked about too often, adapting trading style to suit market conditions. Do you think that ICT concepts are immune to market volatility or do you adapt your strategy? Mm, of course, it's not been explained to be honest. I'm also not good at that, so I don't talk about that. It's all about the people who love to trade uh, depending on their expectation. For me, like if you say it's not highly volatile market, I agree with you, but the price action should work with the expectation. If it doesn't work with the expectation, I think I should close the trade as soon as possible if I can do that, or I should trail the stop loss as whenever I'll get the opportunities. Depending on the situation, you should react. Obviously, it's true, but I'm not good at talking about that. I don't talk about that, brother. Regarding current price action, when I zoom out my chart, I see possible consolidation happening here. Could get choppy. Uh, Unfortunately, I talked about that at the beginning. Today's market is going to be on high resistance liquidity run, and it's happening like that way. It's not like clear move like yesterday or the day before yesterday on that means Friday market. It's not like that way. It's on high resistance liquidity run as well as choppy price action. It should happen like that way. Even though I was not expecting this much run toward that buy side liquidity, it's too much run from 930 to here, kind of 160 handle run. I was not happy to see this huge run over here, but I guess it's coming for this beautiful gap, and from there it will start to fall again, I believe so. Maybe. However, guys, unfortunately, that was a loss. That loss, if I wouldn't get stopped out over there, which is over here, let me show you that. So if I wouldn't get stopped out over here, I believe I would be able to recover my loss over there, because I wouldn't hold the trade for this area if I were in this trade after taking this loss. Unfortunately, it just took me and then fall. Unfortunately, this is what it is. And yeah, today's market not didn't work like me. The way I was expecting it didn't work like me. With my expectation, stopped out with $468. We'll be back tomorrow, try to make some profit, not going to mitigate the loss, we'll try to make some profit over there. And this account just got stopped out to the break even, so I'll try to take some entries around the PM session through this account over here. If I can get it, I'll take it. If I don't get it, then I'm not going to take any trade to my funded account, because I'll just take that trade through the morning session only on that funded account. And this dip chart, if I find any opportunities around the PM session, I'll go over there. Okay, to be honest, and it's not my mandatory area to go for the trade. Sometimes I feel jealous. I'm not doing anything. I need to push the button. Just go over there and push the button over there. That I don't need to be over jealous to do something bad on my funded account or my lucid other accounts over there. Thank you guys for being over here. If you have any question, please let me know that before I close this stream. Okay. Thanks for your insight. Always a pleasure to hear your thoughts. Thank you, Phoenix, for saying that and for being over here, brother. Not a good day for me. Like yesterday, it was awesome. I just keep making money yesterday. And today, I knew it's gonna be difficult for me to trade beforehand. So I was very careful about my stop loss, about my leverage. Other days I try to add more, do the leverage like pyramid entry, but today I just was be careful that I don't hurt myself a lot. That's all, guys. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Okay. I don't think so that you have any question or anything. See you tomorrow. Until then, cheers. Phoenix, see you, brother. I'm just going to close the stream right now. It's been like 3 hours, I guess. I started around 8:40, near about 3 hours. Tough market. Bye bye.